Hello, welcome everyone. You already know what time it is. It's Reflections with Val, the one and only Val, Selflimiting_Val, the one who runs Reflections. You already said. You guys can also follow and support my podcast on Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe. You guys already know what time it is. This is self-reflection hour. This is self-care hour. If you're walking, if you're jogging, if you're driving, taking your kids to school, you know what I'm saying? You still plugged in, you press play, and I want to thank you because you did. All right. Now, you guys already know that I had a long couple weeks. I love my followers for being so supportive. I went to Cali, and then from Cali, I went back to the East Coast, and I'm here to talk about that because I didn't quite frankly get to talk about that in the last episode, and I want to clear things up for any creative or content creator, singer, rapper, anyone out there that's really putting a bet on themselves that you guys could do it. There's nothing really holding us back. So this episode, I wanted to talk a lot about that. I wanted to speak on not limiting yourself and thinking big. I know we spoke on a podcast episode on self-limiting beliefs and how self-limiting beliefs do tie into our families' upbringings, how our traditions were in our households, and what we were told from the moment we were out the womb, really. The beliefs, the doubts, and the things and the transgressions that come from our grandparents kind of trickle down to our parents, and then our parents kind of try to do their best and their diligence to be the best parent, but in time they also make their own mistakes. So this is for those people out there that are creators and entrepreneurs that are in this rubber band of back and forth, in this tug and pull of, am I good enough? Should I reach out to this opportunity? I've been doing this for a year or 2 years. Should I book the flight, take the next levels, and invest a little bit more into my business? And this is for that person out there that if you are in that area and you're stuck, don't be so hard on yourself, but also please don't box yourself in. A lot of us tend to do that in our first year of building a business, a podcast, even starting our image as an artist. We kind of want to box ourselves into our own version of what perfect is without really showing authentically who we are. It's as simple as going down deep into your core and really experimenting those places where judgment wasn't welcomed and criticism wasn't a factor, or self-doubt wasn't even a factor. It was like when you were 5 years old and your imagination ran wild in your head and you didn't care how people looked at you or who looked at you. You were in your own world, creating your own characters, creating your own vision, and you didn't care if your parents or anyone around you called you crazy. So that's the same energy you want to bring onto your business. Almost on a weekly, you want to challenge yourself and say, am I coming off too perfect and constructing myself to what my followers want? Or am I staying true to the vision and the fire and the furnace that I have inside and letting that fire exude out my passion? I think it's a matter of that underlining and understanding those two. And with that same fire and drive, right, you got to want your goal, whatever that goal is. You don't want to think small because you're a child that was brought up in Lodi, for example, Lodi, New Jersey, and you were an orphan and you didn't really have that attention and you didn't have the emotional support, that extra care to take you to those lessons, to take you to the next big step into your artistry. So those little moments and those steps kind of have us weary and actually going for the big opportunities. It makes us kind of think small. It forces us to think small because Instagram, and just as all of these social media apps, they only show you up to a mile's radius into your current state. So I feel like a lot of us, if we are always buried deep in social media, we can get lost looking at that miles radius and just be very hard on ourselves, very, very critical, like looking at to our local surroundings and our local businesses and saying, oh, that plumber already got a storefront and I'm still working out of my house. So what if you're still working out of your house? You getting money, right? You started your business for the first time ever, right? So why are you getting hard on yourself and saying, oh, man, this person just opened up a storefront in mine, I'm working out of my house? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You should be, instead of you focusing on how that plumbing business did versus yours, you should be igniting, how can I bring my storefront to life? He just did that. Let me do something innovative. What would stand me out, my plumbing business out of this person's plumbing business? When we start thinking of it in a fun, creative way, we start exuding and thinking inward as to opposed to looking around us and comparing and contrasting and saying, oh, they got more followers, they got these amount of likes, they got that. Nah, consistency is key. And also believing in your work and your value and what you have to offer. A lot of us be lowballing our worth as artists. We should be asking for 500 or 1,000 and we be like, oh, I think they're going to reject that. So let me just charge them 150 because that's reasonable. Do you know what you bring into the table? Are you worth 150? Or are you worth the 5 or 1,000? And why are we afraid to ask for these things? Because everybody around us isn't really asking for the right offers or the right prices because they don't know their self-worth. That's their problem. That's not your problem. So you see, the focus is different. The focus is not on my fire or my creativity or my possibilities. The focus becomes, there are no possibilities now because I'm distracted by how good this other person is doing. So you're kind of boxing yourself in. And so this is for those people. Do not box yourself in. And I know it's hard to. That's the fight of an entrepreneur, is that you are going to always go into this elastic, I don't know. And then just go right back and then just stretch yourself into like these uncomfortable places. But it's building your character. You have to, all in all, it basically ties down to this, right? Thinking big means reaching for the impossible, right? But if I don't believe that I can reach the impossible, then I won't even try to attempt to reach it. The impossible is impossible. Like, it's like, what's the point if there's 50,000 other rappers in this world? Why am I going to be the only one picked? That's the negative thing that we got to get out. It's not about that. It's about, do you love this? Yes or no? Yeah. Do you have a passion for it? Yeah. So then it's not about everyone else. It's about the work that you're trying to focus inward. It's about that fire. It's about your pain, your life, your experiences, and you putting it behind your music. And if somebody listens, they listen. If somebody don't, that's their problem. But you're doing it with the purpose that you want to impact people through your music. And because you're focusing on that, guess what? Now you're in that 8-year-old mindset. Your imagination's running wild. You know what? Instead of me just doing flyers and local shows like everybody in my area is doing, let me kick it up a notch. Let me reach out to the team, to J. Cole, Dreamville's team. I know they probably got like 50,000 people hitting them up on a daily, but I got something special. I'm going to share them my video. I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to probably do that. And if they don't respond, I'm going to do it again. Because you're focused on the drive and the passion and the love. So think big and reach for those goals. And this is all tying into manifestation too. When you are constantly, it's impossible, right? You'll be living out of your car, for example. And then you don't even, you have these dreams and aspirations to get to a goal by the end of this year. You don't know how, but you know that you're hungry enough to get it. Trust and believe you will get it. You will put in the hours of sacrifice. You won't go out with your friends. You won't spend time in parties and lounges. You'll be stayed up, locked up, studying and learning and trying to cultivate yourself from people who have done it for 10 years, 12 years on the gram. You know, you'll start getting inspired. You just have to feed that fire. You can never, the moment you feel like you know it all is the moment that your business basically stops, because you already got to where you got to. You don't need your pride gets in the way. All of these things get in the way. So you have to be utterly and completely selfish. like to go into these things. Don't worry about your flesh. Don't worry about your desires. Don't even sex people. Like, I'm being 100% honest. Like, if you really want something, you got to think big. You cannot box yourself into the standards of your communities and what everybody else is doing on social media. I am a pure example of that. So going forward, let me give you an example on my personal life, right? And then for that, we're going to go into the artist lineup. My example is me basically starting up Reflections. When I started Reflections, I barely believed in myself. I just had a vision, and I had this passion to just talk to people about our internal emotions that we don't like to talk about. Tap into those childhood places and also incorporate music. That's all I knew. But I kept thinking small throughout my first 6 months. I was afraid of charging people because I thought that people weren't going to support my podcast or try to pay for a session. I stumped myself because everyone around me wasn't charging. So I said, I guess I shouldn't charge. But then I started going into the podcasts that have 10K followers and above, and they charge. So why am I not charging? Is there something in my content that needs to be improved? Do I need to up it a little bit? Yeah, that is what it is. So I went to the shop and I upped the marketing, and I did what I had to do to make the aesthetic look better. Because I kept on envisioning and manifesting, I want to start charging. I want to provide a platform where people will feel this professionalism and be okay with paying what I'm offering. But if I thought small and went along with the fear in the first 5 months, would I have gotten to a place where I am now, where I have new episode covers and these fancy schmancy ways of marketing people? Would I have grown into the content creator that I am if I continued to think small into this journey? Absolutely not. So this is to that person that feels that tug of war, that feels that anxiousness, like they need to do something, but they don't know what it is. They're doing their creativity and their craft, and they're in it and they love it, but it's not enough. They feel like something's missing. What's missing is that you need to level up and look within yourself and stop being afraid of what your mom, sister, dad, friends, the social medias, what everyone else, stop thinking of what they would think of the post or what they would think of your artwork. It's not about them. It's about your internal fire and your creativity inside, and expressing that in any way you want with whatever it is, without care, because you love it and you care for it. So I want you guys to really, really maintain that this week. And if you need to do more self-care time to pour into yourself for your business, to know the value that you deserve, I really encourage you guys to do so. If you want to go hiking, on a jog, probably do something different. Go fishing. Go to a shooting range. Try to pour into yourself. Be aware of your present emotions. And try to really be honest with yourself and how you really feel presently. And then make a chart of the things you want to change presently. Like, oh, I wish I could, if I had the willpower, kind of change. No, like, you need to set it tomorrow on an alarm that you will change it and you will better it. And then you will start seeing the change in your thoughts, and you will not be afraid to go for those big opportunities and to even think big. The impossible now becomes impossible. The impossible now becomes possible. And if you have a faith, lean on your faith. You know what I'm saying? Whatever God you praise, universe, spirituality, just stay centered and really know what you desire. Tap in, okay? And yeah, that's my example there. But I just want to just let y'all know, because I just been, from me going from Cali to Jersey and everything, everybody, it was easy for me to just get lost in how everybody thought of me. It was so easy for me to be like, yo, I did this move. I did this big faith move, right? to just jump in my faith, and not knowing where I was going to live, not knowing who I was going to stay with. I just wasn't afraid to hit my big time opportunity. So I did what I needed to do. I went cross country in my car, went all the way to Cali on a whim, and I landed a business opportunity that told me I needed to come back to the East Coast. But if I did not think big, would I have landed that business opportunity? I don't know. I don't think I would have. Okay? And that's why I'm talking about it, because it's something that I experienced in my first 2 years of running this podcast, going out and performing, and I really wanted to edify and touch you guys on that. All right, guys, it is time for the music therapy segment, and I'm so excited to share what artist I'm sharing. I got an artist from Chicago. I have an artist from Dallas, Atlanta. I'm sharing video work that Zane dropped with Lisandro. He's an artist from Jersey. And then I'm just going to reel it back in with a song that I shared before in one of my shows. So the first things first, I'm going to share the GOAT of Chicago, I like to say. His name is Buhebra, and he's doing 52 songs in 52 weeks. He's on song number 19, but this one is Altercation 18, and you guys can only find that on IG.
Contradiction of I'm conflicted in and conflicted of and conditioned in my addiction of my conditioning is transitioning from my position to my positioning to fit my mission when I'm listening back. I get the feeling that it's bigger than rap. One for the people that be living like that. Two for the people that be living like black. Three for my niggas that can't fight back. Won't stop with you cause we can't stop. Come on, tip top shows will never pit stop. Come on, no warm up cause it been hot. Yeah, President said it's bigger than hip hop. Come on. I'm moving through and oozing through the system, learning who is who and listening to the musical and listening to the rhythm of life. I define my vision, my decisions based on high precision. I'm persistent and assistant to the gods of wisdom, to the odds and isms. I can find the gods are listening. Yeah. And it goes like that. Yeah. In the thoughts of my mind, and I find that I'm crossing the line of a boss in this primal with an ultimate time to be autonomous, alternate. I'm in the grind, trying to get off to get mine, and then mining for the gold in my mind, and then I find in my mind that I'm living in a world with a broken civilization, where niggas adapt through assimilation, niggas hoping forever waiting and then act as if they elevate, but really they not though. And you can see the degradation, and plus life is just assimilation, and I'm hoping that the education to keep rising for the elimination and circumvent elimination. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it goes like that. Yeah. Take a look at my heart, and you can just tell how a nigga goes hard, and you can just tell how I keep on embracing culture, moving closer and closer to God's and further away from the shit that be killing us. I'm just into rebuilding us. I'm just into getting out the system, then take a new blueprint and build it up. I'm just part of the preservation, cleaning my body for meditation, meditation for elevation, elevating out the education, education from the educated, from the system that enslaved us. I know that you hear me, but maybe you don't. It don't matter, cause either way you catch the vibe. You catch the vibe. You know the vibe. You know the vibe. You catch the vibe. You catch the vibe. You know the vibe. You know the vibe. Yeah. 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 And it goes like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Buhebra, coming out with the fire again. That's crazy. And you know what's crazy? He mentioned a lot about the system enslaving us. It's crazy that he said that. And he said a lot of us want to wish big, but we don't really do the work to put in. So that's exactly what this episode was about. That's crazy. I see you, Wuhebran. Next up, I really don't want to mess her name up. She's an Atlanta artist. She came out with this performance video. I came across it on IG and I had to share it with y'all. It's called Miles in Between. Sis has the soul and the vibes, everything. I think her name is Yel Sante. And again, I'm sorry if I messed it up, sis. But here you guys go. Hey.
We meet again on the corner of the block. It's 10:05. Not really one to talk. Traffic on a 25. Said you thought it'd be late. I ain't got nowhere to be on time. So if you say it tight, just take a ride and coast to the end of the road.
Hey.
Yeah, let it all fall there till the sun starts to rise and the morning shines. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. Keep the windows low. Turn on the cruise control. I don't care if the fast lane's slow. Moonlight's good for the soul. Traffic on a 25. Said you thought it'd be late. I ain't got nowhere to be on time. So if you say it tight, just take a ride and coast to the end of the road. Yeah, let it all fall there till the sun starts to rise and the morning shines. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. That's a vibe coast. I've been missing church on Sunday. Lately it all feels the same. These days are strange. Nothing's going my way.
Hey, go ahead, sis.
I'm not used to change. I don't know what to do with myself. I can't control nobody else. No, nobody else. You make it worth it. I'm not willing to quit. This ain't enough for debate. Embrace me in your space. Don't take me home. I don't wanna be alone. I'm not feeling comfortable. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't wanna be alone. I'm not feeling comfortable. Don't take me home. I can't comprehend the ignorance. The truth ain't hard to understand these days. I see the hate. What a choice to make. I gotta keep my head on straight, 'cause I don't know what to do with myself. I can't control nobody else. No, nobody else. You make it worth it. I'm not willing to quit. This ain't up for debate. Embrace me in your space. Don't take me home. I don't wanna be alone. I'm not feeling comfortable. Don't take me home. Don't take me home. I don't wanna be alone. I'm not feeling comfortable. Don't take me home.
Yes, sis. Killed that. You guys have to follow her. Miles in Between. She only has 160 views. We need to fix that, y'all. We need to get that up. That's crazy. She deserves more than that. Sis got natural talent and she Latina. Okay. All right. So up next, this artist also stumbled upon Instagram. You guys, if you use your apps very nice and properly, you will find great talent out there. Not the trash SoundCloud quality kind of talent. True talent. You just got to really look deep. So this artist here, her name is Phoenix. I love the name because the Phoenix symbolizes strength, being born new again. She was giving me these vibes, so I had to just bring her on. I listened to her music and it just edified me. This song, though, is the first time I'm listening to it, so we're going to react to it together. You guys know how I love to do that. And the song is called Thank You. It's on YouTube and on all streaming platforms, so you guys could definitely support her. And without further ado, Phoenix.
When you left me, the world kept spinning, but I was standing still. My heart stopped beating for a year and change. I could barely live. You heard me clearly, banging your walls, trying to find a home. Same way I bang your chest to pierce it, hope to find your soul. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, gratitude is due. Thank you. Thank you for leaving me. Yeah, I want to thank you. Thank you for leaving me. Yeah, I want to. Your mom don't like me.
You better
Don't
thank her.
blame her though, I threw her off her throne.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Called her the youngest, made him a man, a burden no girl should own. Thank God you're gone. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, gratitude is due. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for leaving me. Yeah, I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you for leaving me. Yeah, I want to.
All right, Phoenix, girl. You have a whole album. I'm so proud of you. Go ahead, keep doing what you're doing, sis. You changing. I hear you. And that song, if you didn't get the message, she's basically saying thank you for leaving me because I did better without you and I learned my lessons anyways, even though, you know. So I like the message behind the song. A lot of us, we are heartbroken when a man leaves us. And I think this song represented a woman who was saying, nah, I'm not heartbroken. I want to thank you for leaving me because you did me the favor. And I love the tone that she brings to it and just the atmosphere of the whole track, just really dope. So next up, I'm going to share the video that my guy Zane dropped with Lisandro from Jersey. You already know he's a videographer. Support him. I Am Zane Magazine. I Am Zane Studios. Okay. He's a part of Therapy Without a Degree. Okay. Also part of Jersey Media. So here goes the video called The Last Laugh.
These demons take a toll on me, yeah. I don't wanna lose to my enemy, yeah. These suckers acting like they a friend of me, and I know what they think of me. And I ain't never said I left for less. Box of chocolates, never know what you gonna get, hey.
That was a mean ass clock it. That scared me.
Hey, you having fun yet? Because I'm just getting started. Hey, listen. This will all end if you just give me the code. It's funny, right? This is a fucking joke. Code. Guess what? It's gonna be a long ass night for you, boy. It's gonna be a long night. Hey, no sleep yet. Fuck. Did you go to sleep yet? Man, over, sweetheart.
And I've been grinding all my life, hey. Everything you see, earned by me, yeah. Since my ABC, 1, 2, 3. Wanna live like them, rapping through. Gotta teach your kids how to stay in school. Don't that make me hypocritical? Let me be my individual. At least I stay original. Sticking to my principles. My tools and visuals, undeniable. Best stop, classifiable. Calling my shit trash, dog, you just man. Cloud chaser, fuck your favors, talking all that loyalty. You just a traitor. You promote when it's beneficial. No words, the best I wish you. Money, money, that's what everybody after. Ballin' to my name in the Raptors. Author to my book, I'ma write my own chapter. Shit on me, I'ma get the last after last. I've been chasing dreams, she ain't believing me. You never loved me, how could this be? You were my darling, now the night is falling. I'm a star, I'ma shine brightly. Never fear anybody, besides God Almighty. These demons take a toll on me. I don't wanna lose to my enemy. No, 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 no.
Directed by Philip Zane Diaz. That was cute. Thank you for that film, man. That was dope. A little storyline there. You guys, if you haven't checked him out, we did Amber, which was a short film that we won an award for. Okay, thank you. Check him out, okay? And the last song that I want to share with you guys is a song that's very close to my heart. It was basically spoken on with the episode that I have, my first Ohio artist. I interviewed him. We did a virtual interview, and he shared a very strong and impactful song that he wrote for his brother that passed away, and how he found his brother, which was basically him looking for his brother because he was missing for like 48 hours. And then he ended up going to like this place where he always goes fishing. And that's where his brother's dead body was floating on the river. So this song came from his heart and is literally music therapy within itself. I know it now, so I can sing along, but I'm gonna try my best not to. It's my favorite song, but here you guys go. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Ready, and...
Wait on a river. Wait on a river, children, wait on a river. But this world's gonna trouble the water. Let's go fishing on the river. I'm getting up like 6 a.m. I'm saying, Dante, that's not my thing. Time is to blame, but maybe one day I can. Never thought he was so stressed, that he did the things he did from being depressed. When he went missing, I was thinking maybe someday soon we'll go fishing. But when I found him, he was floating on the river. The river's never gonna be the same. Now the river's gonna take all the blame. It's a hot day, get the grill out, take the chill out of your veins. Catch me on the park bench, get the hot links and sauce for the wings. I said, we're headed to hit the beach up for the afternoon, cause the river's cool. Never knowing you'll be gone soon. So the river's never gonna be the same. Now the river's gonna take all the blame. Questions will come like, where were you when he needed you? Someone to confide in, rely on, to cry on. And pastor would come like, it was time, it's all fine, he's alright, he's home now, so calm down. He laid it all by the riverside. So the river's never been the same.
Come on now.
Now the river took all the pain.
Damn, man, it just hits different every single time, my guy. Okay, I'm so excited because I'm actually doing work with him soon. He's a gospel-based artist, and man, can't you tell, his ranges is just beautiful, beautiful work, beautiful production. Love his engineering, bro. Dalomans, follow him on IG and all that good stuff. He has streaming platforms, but don't be missing out. That was music therapy, literally to its core, guys. But, you know, we all had definitely grieved once or twice before in our lives, and it was just important to feel those words and be related to it. But you guys already know. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. You guys already know I always end my podcast episodes, with my music therapy segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys will follow. Definitely tune in to each artist that I plugged you guys in today. And without further ado, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube and follow me on Reflections with Val, Soulfully_Val. If you guys have any questions, comments, or even want to share stories of what's been going on throughout your week and maybe a lyric of the week that you want to share that impacted you, definitely go on and message me. I will share it with the platform. But on that note, guys, bye. I'll see you guys later.